Assalamu alaikum. Marhaba, marhaba. I received a one is here. Assalamu alaikum, marhaba. Welcome everyone. Assalamu alaikum, Sarah. Marhaba. All right. I just wanted to welcome everyone to this live. This is not a planned or scheduled live. I just received a text that someone does not like writing Arabic. And I thought I would just like bring this up and share it with everyone and get your take about like how you feel about writing Arabic and what has been your experience with writing Arabic. And you can see that in most of my videos, I do reinforce the important aspect or skill of obtaining proper writing skills when it comes to learning languages and especially with Arabic. So I'll welcome everyone here. أهلا يا Christopher, Muhammad, marhaba. Antonio, my art, أهلا my art. وزبير, أهلا يا زبير, marhaba. So how do you feel about writing Arabic? Let's just get the conversation started about how do you feel about writing Arabic and taking notes. When I say writing Arabic, I mean taking notes, having a notebook, listening, and at the same time, you're taking notes and writing in Arabic. مرحبا من فلسطين. أهلا وسهلا. أهلا. Alhamdulillah, Antonio. So share with me your take or your insight about writing Arabic. How do you feel about writing Arabic? I like this one, Vaidar. So Vaidar is saying writing in Arabic is fun, but I focus too much on making it look pretty. That's good, mashallah. It is fun, but you really don't have to make it pretty. You can just like doodle. But I like how you shared that with us. شكرا. أحب كتابة اللغة العربية. الحمد لله. Here we go. Knowledge seeker. أحب كتابة اللغة العربية. I love writing Arabic. صحيح. I like expressing myself لأني قادر I'm able قادر على تعبير أو التعبير عن نفسي. A friend of mine said that my written Arabic looks too formal. Kent. صحيح. I really would love to see everybody's handwritten notes. Like I think my favorite moment in teaching when I meet with my students or when I ask them to send me their homework, I really enjoy listening to them and also reading or looking at their handwritten notes. And this might sound a little bit strange, but I do even print out their handwritten notes and look at it. It's just such a piece of art for me to look at how people attentively write and trace Arabic. So when I hear that someone says that I don't enjoy writing Arabic, I wonder why. And Baidar said, I focus a lot on making it look pretty. Maybe some students think of tracing Arabic as if they're tracing Arabic calligraphy, the advanced writing style. That's a different format, but just like normal handwritten notes. Let me see more insights. Writing in Arabic is not easy, especially when you are a beginner. Sahih. As characters are new, even the direction. Sahih. Correct. That's true. Because you're thinking about writing from right to left. And then of course, if you are Latin speaker, you'll see that it's kind of a whole different direction, even in your thinking process. Is there a way to send you a photo or some type of examples of my writing? Yes, please, Kent, send it to me by email. So you can just send it to khatawat101@gmail.com or info@arabickhatawat.com. So yes, please send me your handwritten notes. I love to look at them. It just helps me see how students or learners kind of process language learning. And it really tells me a lot about what's needed out there for students to absorb the writing or the written script. My art is saying I wrote a lot during my 2 years of Arabic lessons. And my teacher used to tell me that I'm so good in writing and making sentences, but when speaking, I just get shy or fearful. You have to find a good community. And I yesterday I had an assessment with a remarkable student. I hope he's here, but I was fascinated by his commitment to learning Arabic, and he literally had a clear path and roadmap with like the timeline, where he wanted to go, what he wanted to do. And it was during our assessment process, like I had to learn about him and see which program would be more suitable for his background and learning experience. And I was just like listening to him, and he had a clear vision. And during the conversation, just to go back to why I mentioned this example, during our conversation, we mentioned the fact that you can only speak the language if you're comfortable before the person you're speaking to. So I am in front of someone I'm comfortable with, the language will come in a more natural and spontaneous way. That's why smaller groups are really important. When you are in a community, you are with your friends, it's really important for you to be with people who will understand your learning process, and they will not rush you to speak, but you will come to realize when you will be more comfortable to speak with them. So I think it's up to you to make that decision, and it really feels soothing to be with the right people when you speak. Don't be with the wrong community. أنا بحب أكتب عربي. Let's see. I do, yes. I do teach Arabic text, and I think most of my videos they focus on handwritten notes. And I try to show students how I'm moving my hand and how I'm writing and speaking at the same time. So I hope you had a chance to look at those videos, inshallah. Let me open the device here so I can read clearly your comments. I think I need to start wearing glasses. Okay, there you go. Now I can see them better. لا نريد رؤية حروف أشكالها كأشكال الديناصورات. لا. So here's the thing. When you are writing for the first time, you don't know what size your Arabic letters are going to be. And let me see if I can share this with you. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you the paper I ask my students to use, especially in the beginner class. Just a second, I'll grab it and I'll be right back. I'm squeezing myself in a really tiny space. All right, so here. So for the beginner level, in the beginner level, you do have to make your writing look like a dinosaur size, or a dinosaur size like Fahd said. But then if you get this type of paper, I use the music manuscript. Do you see that? So students have to know exactly what size their handwritten notes must be, and they make that decision. So for instance, if I decide to write between two lines, I have to stick to writing between two lines. If I decide to write between 3 lines, then I have to stick to that exact same size. So depending on what type of paper you're using, your handwritten notes will look a bit different. So this is from the lesson I shared with you this week. You can see the passive voice. Writing, even in class, helps me retain what I want my students to retain. So if I can't see it clearly, I can't make them see it clearly. So I have to make sure that I write in front of them. So I'm gonna go back to your insights and share that with everyone. So please decide what size you want your Arabic letters to be or your Arabic script to look like. And if you decide to have like large fonts, large Arabic writing, just stick to that exact same size. That way your words will not look different from one another. Um, Let me look at the other exam questions. Can't you get used to my, like me and my eyesight? Yeah, I keep complaining about that, but I never wear glasses. Exactly. Um, let's see. Okay. Now, how do you feel about reading Arabic text? What size do you look at? Do you look at children's books? Because if you're looking at different fonts, children's books definitely um, use like large fonts. But if you're looking at regular, authentic Arabic resources, then the font is going to look different. That's why writing is important, because you look at the script, you take a piece of that script, authentic Arabic text, and then you rewrite that, even as a beginner. Now, let's see if I can show you this one. I don't know what book is that. There we go. So this is like regular Arabic text in authentic Arabic resources. The fonts are really tiny, especially in literature. So what I ask students to do, and depending on their level, is to choose one page, one paragraph, and then copy that exact same paragraph into their notes. If they're able to read their own handwritten notes, they'll be able to read someone else's handwritten notes. And you have to be kind of patient with one another, especially as learners. Someone speaks slowly, someone writes slowly. If you demand a complete stranger to be patient with you, I think you have to execute that or exercise that patience as well with your classmates. So be patient with other people when they are writing or when they're speaking. So if you take any text, journal, newspaper, online, you can even screenshot the news like Al Arabiya or Al Jazeera or any other piece of authentic Arabic text. Take that exact text and write it down. You don't have to understand everything, but at least you're able to trace it. And then once you're ready to go back to those vocab, you know exactly which words you're looking at, because it's your writing. It's you who have completed that exercise. Here's Kent is saying the typical font I read in Arabic are from semi-calligraphic in images with quotes to social media posts. Normal handwritten is quite complicated. If you use Word document, there is this important font. It's called Courier. 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 Courier comes in a very fine font, but it gives you the exact nice space you need between letters. So if you are a beginner, make sure you use Courier in Word document. If you'd like to learn typing or even copy paste certain text that you cannot read in whatever font they're using, but you have to go through the process of learning and not be a passive learner, meaning that you just wait for people to give you that text, but you are part of, like, it's called, in teaching they call it peer teaching, but also self-learning phase. You take a piece of writing from any online resource, you copy paste it, take it to your Word document, change the font, and then go from there and start to translate those words. um right. So now tell me, how do you keep your motivation when it comes to writing Arabic? Yalla. How do you keep your motivation? Do you play instrumental music in the background? Where do you write? When do you write Arabic? متى تكتبون اللغة العربية؟ Mhm. I don't write Arabic. Who writes these days? That is not what I was expecting. I think writing is important. I always think about, maybe this is just my overthinking part. What if you don't have internet? What if you don't have a device? What if there is no electricity? What are you gonna do? لا أعرف، أحيانا أنا أسمع موسيقى. ممتاز أمين. Uh-huh. Okay. أنا أكتب باللغة العربية. And Mace is saying writing is a bit boring and takes longer time. It makes you impatient. That's an interesting insight. Again, depending on your level, but thank you for sharing. Yeah, I know khalas in Arabic after this. All right. I write for practice, and what inspires me or influences me is knowing the vast majority of other Americans can't read what I'm writing. Okay. So I write for practice, and then what inspires me or influences me is knowing the vast majority of other Americans can't read what I'm writing. So I had to read this twice to just digest it. Yeah, secret codes. You can do that. So if you'd like to send a message to someone and you don't want anyone to know, you can definitely write in Arabic. So good one, Kent. Jamil. So how do you write? Keep sharing your insights with me and I'll read them out loud. Ishfaq is asking, which school of thought do you follow? In what area are you asking me? Like school of thought in terms of philosophy of teaching, in terms of, if you're specific, I can answer your question. أنا أدرس مع معلم ويلزم ممتاز. I like that. I love teachers or educators and who make their students write. أنا أدرس مع معلم ويلزم الواجبات بكتابة جمل صحيحة فيعلمني كلمات جديدة ويطلب مني أن أصنع جمل بنفسي وأحب هذه الواجبات لأنني أستطيع أن أعبر عن نفسي بطرق مختلفة وأستفيد كثيرا من هذه الطريقة. ممتاز ما شاء الله. أستاذك أستاذ ممتاز. You have an excellent teacher, the knowledge seeker. Definitely send him a thank you note. Jazakallah khair for making you write in Arabic. It gives you time to process what you're writing. It gives you also time to collect all of your vocab and put them in one context. And it makes you definitely a better thinker when it comes to thinking in Arabic. So I'm really happy that other educators are making their students write. So please keep writing. دلوقتي أنا أجبر نفسي أتكلم عربي هذا صعب. Huh. So you're forcing yourself, Emin, to speak Arabic. صح. Give me more context so I can understand what makes it difficult for you to speak Arabic. I love Arabic calligraphy and know that writing is important in terms of reinforcing your knowledge. Mace, yes. There is an article, an academic article called The Mighty Pen. If I find it in my resources, I'll probably put the link below. But there is a research about the mighty pen, like how writing, and if you want to go back to history, you'll find that the best scholars, philosophers, they did nothing but write down every aspect of their philosophy or their school of thought. So everything, you can go back to Arabic, ancient Arabic writing. Ibn Khaldun wrote himself. Everybody used a pen and paper, and that's how they documented history. In terms of fiqh, mm, Ishfaq Bashir, um, I'm not sure what is the context, like why you're asking, because I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah, and I do respect all the schools of thoughts because everyone has a great contribution to the way we see our religion, alhamdulillah. وإياك أستاذ ممتاز. Okay. And it's okay to make mistakes. Again, if anybody makes mistakes while writing, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So please don't look at how many mistakes you're making, but look at the time you spent learning and acquiring. And then the second time you expose yourself to that knowledge, you'll be able to self correct. So, no pressure at all. Yes, I love oud. I love oud. Oud is so soothing and it helps you think, especially when there are no words in the instrumental music, like just nature sounds or piano or anything quiet will help you focus on writing and tracing. Arabic. So let's see. Yasmin, I was. Amin ya Rab. Yasmin, please keep writing Arabic. I don't want to pull out all the notebooks that I have because I write every time I teach a class before and after. So even my lesson planning is in written notes. My examples are, I have to write them first before I type them. And anybody who says that they don't write, they're just lying to you. Even people who push you to um, only listen, they have actually typed their own script to put in the video to make you listen to their written text. So that is a little bit double standard. So just make sure that you are writing because whoever tells you something online, they write it down. This is life. I promise I'm not writing what I'm saying, but just make language learning quite natural and don't skip the writing process. I'm nerd for philosophy and poetry. That's my drive. Mumtaz. I love that. Play the. I think there is a playlist also in the channel where I have selected some poetry or pieces of poetry that help students read along and also write along. You can find it inshallah in the playlist. أحيانا بعض كلمات ما بقدر أذكرها بالعربي. Yes, some words are hard to remember in Arabic, but it's okay. I'm sure you'll remember all the other collocations around that word. أنا أستاذة لغة عربية أونلاين للأطفال أريد منهجية لجعل الحصة ممتعة. ممتاز. جميل. Life Beauty, she's saying she is an Arabic teacher in online for kids. And منهجية لجعل الحصة ممتعة. She's looking for a strategy or an approach to make learning fun. Make kids like you as their instructor. Kids cannot learn from teachers that intimidate them. So if you make them scared, intimidated, frightened in the learning process, that's going to create some sort of traumatic experience. And that's why I don't teach my kids. My son does not like it when I look more of like a teacher, or I carry that teacher um, character, or I wear that teacher hat. He does not like it because he wants to connect with someone else who can be the teacher. So I think create that rapport. And even in teaching methodology and approaches, there is a whole school of research, a whole list of research and academic studies that really focus on the rapport that you create, or the connection you create with your students, especially young learners. They have to like you and like the fact that you make them happy when they learn. If they can't feel that joy, they will not be learning from you at all. So I think the most natural approach is to just be another fun human being and make kids enjoy connecting with you as another human being. Um, and please, Life Beauty, if you have email, like you have our email, you can email me, inshallah, and I'll send you some other resources if you'd like to use them in your online classes. Philippines, but I'm from Philippines, but I try my best to read and write because I'm really interested. Please take, even if you're reading Quran every day, look at your Quran reading and take one ayah or small chapter and rewrite it. It would really make a huge of a difference. It indicates خلق الإنسان. صحيح. Quran was written when a lot of people who memorized it were not going, I mean, they're not going to live forever. So it's really important to document any piece of writing. Even Quran was written, books are written, everything is written. So just take notes. I can read books and I can speak daily with my Arabic teachers, so they can't. Why can't I understand what I listen to? So today I tried to listen to Omar series. Who's Omar? Are you looking at Omar like the cartoon Omar and Hannah, or Omar Suleiman, um, the Imam? Can you specify exactly so I can understand like what type of Arabic was used in those videos? If you're interested for something, it will be easy for us. صحيح. ممتاز أستاذ فهد. صحيح. يعني I speak English so I can make it more of I connect with students when I speak English, and I use it as لغة الوصل, the language of connection. But of course, once we write in Arabic or learn Arabic, we have to communicate using the target language. So the same way you feel about English as a non-native speaker of English, someone who does not speak Arabic would feel the exact same way. So it's really nice to resonate with second language learners. Please write, please write, please write. I'll keep saying that the entire video. Even ChatGPT learned from your writing. If you don't give ChatGPT or AI written script, it will not resonate with it. So you still have to write. Even AI needs you to write. Your first language, I ask because I'm not sure if I should learn Fusha or Egyptian. I'm good at both. I read scholarly material more than I speak. I prefer Fusha. It connects it resonates with many Arabic speakers. So Fusha is my number one choice. Fusha is the identity of every Arabic speaker. And once we decide to learn Fusha, we're connecting with everyone. And of course, you can decide on learning Egyptian if you have an Egyptian speaking community and they will help you. And I have class online and I focus on it. It's not that easy for non Arab, but Allah will make it easy for us, inshallah. Christina, but I'm not able to speak Arabic very well. Okay. Let me explain what speaking Arabic is like. Okay. So there are about, let's say, three different levels. There is the novice level. Now they're debating, even I use different standards. I use the American standards here. So something called ACTFL. So there are three levels in the novice level, the beginner level. There are three levels in the beginner level. And there are three levels in the intermediate level. And there are three levels in the advanced level. Some schools, they can even go all the way up to 5 levels in each category. So when you say, I cannot speak Arabic, you have to determine exactly where you are and what level you are at. So for novice learners, for me, for example, if I'm in the classroom and I have a student who can introduce themselves, who can read basic Arabic text, who can name items, who can produce the language, he speaks Arabic. In that level, he's an Arabic speaker. To have a basic conversation with someone who understands you, that makes you an Arabic speaker. I even give them the badge of like Arabic speakers because you have to identify as an Arabic speaker because you're producing the sounds. So Christina, any sound you produce in Arabic helps you say more. So once you say Arabic, you are an Arabic speaker. So once you are able to produce your self-introduction, name things, and there is like a whole list, I think, of videos where I explained how you can produce Arabic sounds and how you can just read out loud, introduce yourself, listen to Arabic, listen and say what you hear, that makes you an Arabic speaker. Again, depending on your level. So once you go to the beginner level, now beginner high, let's say, you're able to have more resilience in terms of listening to Arabic. So you listen, input, we call it input and output. You need to listen, input, and then you produce this sound. So you keep going again to the intermediate level. You're listening more, you're reading more, you're saying more. You go to the advanced level. In every level, you're an Arabic speaker. Just be comfortable with that. Christina, and then if you have an audio, maybe you recorded an audio, send it to me and I'll be able to listen to it. And I can send you my feedback. Anybody who produces Arabic sounds is an Arabic speaker because you are speaking the language and you're growing with the language. Let's see. In Arabic, your first language. Christina, is writing really important on the journey to learning Arabic? Yes. Clement, it's really important. Trust me. When your teacher or your educator, they write any piece of literature, any word, they have to write it first for you to recognize it. So you have to write it as well. Teachers cannot teach without having a script. So learners cannot learn without having a script. Kent, no more jokes. For additional sources, there is a YouTube channel, can't remember the name, that uses Levantine Arabic series with captions and then reviews native speed with translation. That's a good technique. If you remember the channel, you can share it. So التحدث بلغة الآخر يجب أن تنسى قواعد لغتك الأم. ولسانك يجب أن تروضه. هذه هي الحقيقة. So Fahd is saying to speak another person's language, you have to forget about your native languages or mother tongue rules, your native language's rules. And you have to train your tongue, tame it to say the sounds. صحيح? My students know that they have to talk to the mirror. So you need to speak to the mirror. You need to look at yourself and listen to yourself when you speak. Christina, please send me your audio and I will listen to it. Inshallah. You got this, Christina. You see? You got this, Christina. See? You have to encourage each other. The right tribe. You have to be with the right people. Can you speak High Fusha? Shu, are you asking, like, what do you mean High Fusha? Like an advanced level? الكتابة تثبت المعلومات وتقوي حفظك. صحيح. Okay, let me share this last piece of maybe last piece of information. I come from Morocco, like most of you know. And in Morocco, the way they would memorize Quran is they have to write it on a piece of wood. Trust me, they have to write the chapters on a piece of wood. I wish I learned that way, but mostly the boys went to Al-Kutab and even the girls did. But until nowadays, this strategy is implemented in memorization. So what they would make students do, they would make them write on a large board like this size, literally. I'm glad I have my calendar here. The board has to be this size. Then they have to write using an ink that they make themselves. Once they write the entire chapter, they're not allowed to erase it unless they have memorized that chapter. So literally you have to be looking at the exact same board for as long as you can until you memorize that chapter. And they will not allow them to erase it. And if they make any corrections, the correction is made on that board and you can see which words you have probably misspelled, and any notes or annotation is manually done on those wooden boards. So this proves that writing is really important. And your brain needs to see how the language is traced from right to left. So anyone who tells me I do not enjoy writing, and if they are in my class, I will make them write, no matter what it takes. They have to write. And if they write, they will read. And if they read, they will listen. And if they listen, they will comprehend. So you see how is that connected? If they read, they will listen. If they listen, of course, they will be able to read and then comprehend. So all four learning skills are kind of implemented once you start writing down. So write, read, listen, and comprehend. أهلا لايف بيوري مغربية بحالي مؤنثة مذكر. So أنا أيضا من المغرب. تشرفت بك. ممتاز. اللوح المحفوظ. اللوح المحفوظ is a protected board. اللوح is like the board. And I have my board and I use my chalk whenever I can. And I just love how I can hear myself write on the board and how I can trace. And it's such a soothing process or soothing learning process. Yes, 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 Christina. Okay. Now, each one of you, مؤنث life beauty. تشرفت بك. Okay. Send me an email and inshallah I'll send you some resources. Okay, so now each one of you, if you could help each other, let's say all of this group, they're all one cohort, one tribe. I'd like you to send a good piece of advice to someone who struggles with writing Arabic. And this is not me trying to lecture you. It's whoever would like to take the initiative, please just use the chat and share your wisdom with everyone and encourage them to write in Arabic. Especially I get emails from students who are self-learners, but they don't have a community that helps them stay committed. So learning on your own without being in a classroom is kind of isolating. And if you'd like to take my humble piece of advice, please don't join the plus 50, plus 100 classes, pre-recorded sessions. You need to be with an actual human being who's going to interact with you and understand exactly your learning process and your needs as a learner. That's why we still have schools. That's why we still have teachers. That's why we still have higher ed, elementary. We still need to interact with actual human beings. So please, please, please write and learn and be with the right people. So share your wealth. I'll be just looking at your wisdom and learning from you. Do you mean actual writing or typing? No, I mean writing. I mean using a pen and paper. Using actual pens and papers. Or chalk, if you'd like to use chalk. Now, not sure if it's a tip, but personally using a thick pen really helps me write in Arabic. I like this. Shukran Clement. Yes. I love that you're sharing that. Please share. Learn the Arabic alphabet and start joining the words. Got Christina and Clement. Yalla everyone. And write in pencil. So you can rub out. Yes. I'm assuming Christina is from London, like Britain. All right. I'm used to the American accent. Erase, erase. الله يحفظك الله يحفظك life beauty الله يحفظك الله يسر إن شاء الله يا رب. And then you'll have the perfect class. يكون عندك كلاس مزيان إن شاء الله مع الطلبة ويستمتعوا إن شاء الله بالتجربة يا ربي. I just spoke Darija to Life Beauty, so Moroccan Darija. Yes, London, Christina. Good. صحيح صحيح. Okay. Darija, Darija is so difficult. La, it's not difficult. Trust me, once you get the gist of it. صحيح, I'm Moroccan. Americans and Brits learn Arabic live chat. Okay. ممتاز. The knowledge seeker ما شاء الله. Okay. أنصح كل أحد في هذه القبيلة in this tribe كما قالت المعلمة الفاضلة بارك الله فيك أن يستمع إلى المعلم أو المعلمة ويستعمل كل نصائحها لأن الثقة وسيلة الثقة به هي وسيلة للغاية. كتابة العربية أمر جميل وعظيم. صحيح لما تتعودوا عليه. صحيح. ما شاء الله. I'm just so inspired by your vibes. Everyone is so happy, alhamdulillah. If Arabic makes you happy, it makes me happy. Like, I just love teaching Arabic, alhamdulillah. I'll pretend I didn't read that comment. You have a love-hate relationship with Arabic. Okay. I'm gonna open the door, سأفتح الباب, and I'll be right back. My family's here. But please keep adding in the comment section, and I'll be right back to read a few more pieces of advice and نصائح, and even write in Arabic. I need to open the door. لحظة. سأفتح الباب وأعود. I'm squeezing myself in a really tiny, tiny place so you can hear me. Ya Allah. Mhm. All right. ممتاز يا شباب. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. أحسنتم. It is a secret hideout. I pray there are a lot of more people who would benefit from your live stream, but still, this much people is no. I'm really happy with the smaller group I can interact with. Um, it's manageable. I am really not looking for like 1,000 or 2,000 people to be in the live. So I'm happy with this number. Please just keep it small. Um, Ustad Fahd, there is a comment for you. I love writing in Arabic. I'm a homeschooling mom of two. Although I'm an English teacher, I actually focus on Arabic the most in my household. Pakistani background. MashaAllah. Jamil. In teaching, there are like different approaches you can use in the classroom. And one of the approaches I used a lot in my in-person classes, like not the virtual, I mean in person, actual physical classes, you have to have different levels or energies during your session, meaning that when you feel like the students are really tired of speaking in the classroom, they have a lot of energy, especially young learners, there is this approach, they call it the settlers activity or set of activities. So if the student doesn't feel like speaking, or they don't have the right energy to interact with you, you you devote some time during your in-person lessons for quiet learning and reflective learning, where you can just have them copy something or word crosswords or answer certain questions. So it's really important to have a settling or relaxing moment. Listen, but have quiet moment where you can take notes. So I'm glad in your homeschooling approach, you're making your students or your kids actually write Arabic, mashallah. I have noticed a lot of different accents in Arabic since being in the Middle East. Sahih. There are 22 Arabic speaking countries, but over 33 different accents, if not more, if you're talking about subcultures. Oh, I read everything on billboards, shops, trains. Sahih. See, Christina? You read, that means you speak. I want to learn Arabic. Can you start a class? Khan, there are about 33 different videos in one level. I think if you start from step 1 all the way to step 33, they're really self-paced for self-learning. Um, from the beginning, inshallah, you can learn. Okay, good. I like this question, Rahman. What tip would you have to improve reading Arabic with less difficulty? I can read the Quran easily, but sometimes words are difficult without fatha, without the tashkil. Again, depending on your level, I suggest that you select one piece of literature that you're comfortable with. You copy that piece of literature and you read it out loud. But you have to train yourself to read with tashkil and without tashkil. So take the text. I think Al Jazeera Learning has a really good tool. You can check it out if you go Al Jazeera Learning. They have like videos and they have the script. Sorry. They have the script and then you can actually place the tashkil or remove the tashkil. And that helps you listen, look at the script, read it without tashkil and with tashkil. All right, let's go a lot. Okay, use flashcards from Arabic to English. See, J2 has finally agreed to write Arabic. Use flashcards from English Arabic. I like that. What's the one thing we can do every day to boost our vocab? Yes, very good question. Um, look at Arabic text. I was looking for like my dictionary. Something I used to do. Oh, I dropped my nice pens. Okay, something I used to do. I would expose myself to the target language as an English learner. So I have to look at Arabic script every day or English script every day if I'm talking about my experience. So you have to look as an Arabic learner, you have to look at Arabic script every day. Your your mind is wired differently when you speak a Latin language. So when you look at Arabic every day, you are implicitly acquiring the language and you're also training yourself to read from right to left without feeling like it's like more of a burden. So it's not a burden, it doesn't feel difficult anymore once you read, look at any Arabic text, any type of Arabic text, children's books, worksheets, billboards, news, anything. It has to be an everyday routine looking at Arabic text. So even your children, you can just place Arabic anywhere on the table, maybe on TV, just place. I have also some videos where I use them with my students where it's just like Arabic script without me reading. They have to read silent videos. You can find some of them in the channel. So every day, exposure to Arabic text every day. With Tashkil, it's easier, but then I come across قلب صحيح قلب. Never white already. Kent, if you are in Dearborn, you should be speaking Lebanese quite fluently right now. MashaAllah. Also, my mind just goes blank when I'm trying to construct an accurate sentence in a class that I take. No idea to stop that happening. Okay, so I'm trying to think of like a lesson where I showed students how to create those formulas or I call them molds. It's like the cake mold where what you're doing is you're sticking to using a verb subject and object. That's all you have to do. Because you have to go with basic writing or reading skills. So if you're struggling with building sentences, just stick to one strategy, meaning I go with a verb. After a verb, I need a subject and I need an object. So when I learn, I'm looking for 5 verbs, I'm looking for 5 subjects, and then I'm looking for 5 objects. And I can say, what's her name? Let's see, Christina. There you go. So let's say Christina decided, Christina is distracted with the chat now. I'm getting your attention here, Christina. So let's say Christina wants to write, and then she decided to put her name as the subject because she probably doesn't know enough masadir or gerund, so or names. So she would go like, تسكن كريستينا في London. Christina lives in London. Then I would say تأكل كريستينا كعك. Christina eats a cake. And then I go with this pattern. You create some sort of learning pattern. So I go, I can use my name or I can say a title. I can say الطبيب. يفتح الطبيب الباب. The doctor opens the door. Or let's say the nurse is the one who opens the door. تفتح الممرضة الباب. يفحص الطبيب المريض. And then you go in verb, subject, and object. If you go with this pattern, it will be a lot easier for you to create more sentences because you're only selecting verbs, nouns, and objects. 3 categories. Try that and let me know if it worked for you. All right. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for joining this hideout as Clement. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So I like when the live session has smaller group. That way I can interact with the majority of the participants. And I appreciate that you also shared your insights, your advice, or pieces of advice with everyone. And I hope that you learned from this live, and I hope that you were encouraged to write more in Arabic, and you learned from everyone. So yeah, thank you so much. Tinari Win, I think you're listening to Amazigh Kent. No, Maghribi. I mean, Maghribi Amazigh, definitely. Ovi is asking about Qatari dialect. I don't recall coming across one, but if I do, I will try to place it in the comment section. But I can't think of a Qatari resource. I'm happy that you're all flooding the live chat and interacting with everyone and making it feel more of a human interaction. As everybody say, AI is taking over, so it's nice to interact with real human beings. So alhamdulillah. 5 verbs, 5 nouns, 5 objects is a good idea, alhamdulillah, to practice. So shukran jazilan ya shabab. And please just say something in the live chat so I know that you were with us, and I can see your name and I can remember it in our small live gatherings. And I hope, inshallah, one day I can see you in person, and I can hear your voice, see your handwritten notes, and interact with, inshallah, more Arabic learners. Just keep the hard work and keep writing and keep enjoying Arabic. And I'll see you, inshallah, in the upcoming opportunities. Yeah, don't forget the lessons that I am posting about al-mabni al-majhul, the passive voice. They will help you see how I write. And if you are even in the beginner level, you'll see how I'm producing the sounds and I'm placing the dots and the tashkil You'll find the two lessons in the videos. I think the past 2 days, and there are gonna be two more videos about the passive and active voice. It's kind of a loaded grammar lesson, so I need to cut it down into smaller pieces for everyone to digest. شكرا يا أمين وشكرا فهد وشكرا مناف وشكرا كنت. Kent will call him Kent and مشاغب. وشكرا Life Beauty، شكرا لك وجعلها الله لك أيضا إن شاء الله في ميزان حسناتك. وشكرا للجميع. كريستينا، شكرا لكم. Yes, please send me your examples, your writing samples, and your audio in the email, info@arabickhatawat.com or at khatawat101@gmail.com. Inshallah. And Judy, you will find you'll find Al Kitab series. There are about 5, I think, or 6 lessons that I recorded. You'll find a textbook there. I prefer Easy Arabic or Mastering. I mean, I use Al Kitab, but I prefer Easy Arabic Grammar or Mastering Arabic. Mastering Arabic, I'll send the link, inshallah, if you send me an email. Salamu alaikum. Ma salama. I think I'm ending the live when there is a debate about العربية للجميع. Okay, inshallah. You can finish the debate in the comment section and I'll read more inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.